Hey everybody, it's Christopher Small, the creator of Law Firm Launch and the owner of CMS Law Firm. Today, I want to bring to you actually a Law Firm Launch member question. Before I get to that though, I want to remind you, if you listen to this ever, that I have a free newsletter. Talk about stuff that's going on with my firm, answer other questions, talk about things I'm thinking about. It's pretty good. If you're a law firm owner, you might want to check it out because it's free. To get that, you can go to lawfirmlaunch.co/newsletter. Okay, so if you don't know, I have basically a law firm owner coaching group. It's called Law Firm Launch. Members only. And every Friday we do a live mastermind meeting where everyone basically comes in and shares wins and challenges. We applaud the wins and we work on the challenges. And I encourage people, if they can't show up, to provide questions in our private Facebook group. And a member of the group, Ashley, left a question last week, and I forgot to answer it. So I thought I would answer it here, both to give you a little taste of what the membership might look or feel like for you, give you a look at what you're missing out on, and also because I think it's great information. I think it's super helpful, and I wanted to share it. So her question, her statement, her whole ditty is this. Happy Friday. I have a mindset woo-woo question for y'all. Agreement number 2 from the 4 agreements is take nothing personally. Where are you each at in your journey to taking nothing personally? I had to give this portion of the book a reread this morning because yesterday I had a client say something I perceived as a criticism and it stuck with me all night. I allowed it to bother me way more than it should have. Has anyone here actually conquered this agreement yet? Share your experience for me and let me know it's possible! ! So if you don't know what she's referring to, The 4 Agreements is a book. I think it's by Paulo Coelho. It's one of my favorite books of all time. It's sort of a mindset book. It changed the way that I approach everything, to be honest with you. It's a very quick read and it's very, very impactful. So if you haven't read The 4 Agreements, I would encourage you to check them out. One of the 4 agreements, as Ashley mentioned, is take nothing personally. The idea here is that you shouldn't take anything personally, right? When people say things, when people do things, it's very easy to create a story in our minds that we are the person to blame, that this thing is being directed at us, when often people are just expressing their own frustration. They have other things going on in their life. And, to take things personally really brings you to a place that you don't need to be. That's what she's talking about. So a client criticized something that she did. I don't know what the details are. You have probably experienced that before. And, if you're really trying to do your best, it can sometimes eat you up. If you are trying to do your best and you are not meeting expectations, it can also really eat you up. I know I've been there before, for sure. I have high expectations for the way that my firm operates. I have high expectations for myself. And when you have high expectations, sometimes you don't meet those expectations, and that's not fun. So her, question is how do you what's the wrong looking for? How do you incorporate this idea of not taking things personally into your personal and to your professional life? I think for me, I stopped taking things personally really after I read this book. And what I really try to think about is this. A couple things. What else helps with this a lot is this idea of stoicism, okay? Stoicism, that's very most basic, is control the things that you can control and don't worry about anything else. It doesn't mean don't feel bad if something bad happens, but just understand that bad things are going to happen or good things are going to happen. All you can control is all you can control. How you react to those things, right? How you deal with those things, right? The story that you ascribe to those things. These are things that you are in control of. Same thing goes with taking things personally. So when things happen to me, I really just take a second, look at it, the situation, and think to myself, A, is what this person is saying, is it true? Okay? Is what they're saying correct? Maybe somebody says, you're being a jerk. Maybe I was. In that case, I wouldn't actually take that statement personally. I wouldn't defend myself. I would just say, I'm sorry. If I was not being a jerk, I would just say, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but I don't think I'm acting like a jerk. I am not, this is where taking things personally also comes into play in a really, really big way. I am not responsible. You are not responsible for the way that people react to the things that you do. Okay? You ever say something to someone and they get mad at you for no reason? Like, that's on them. It's not on you. Okay? Someone criticizes you for something that you're doing and it's something that you're meaning to do, something that you are intentionally doing, they just don't like it. Again, it's not on you. Don't take it personally. What you have to remember is you are not in charge of that person's feelings. You're not in charge of the way that that person reacts. You are in charge of the way that you react to them and react accordingly. So I think when you take those two principles into play, not taking things personally becomes much, much easier. And I think as long as you are trying to do the right thing, as long as you are trying to do your best, that's one of our core values here at my firm, right? What is it? I'm looking at it now. Oh yeah, excellence in everything. It's a goal of ours, right? We're trying to do our best in everything. Do we? Absolutely not. By the way, I'm jumping around a bunch here. This is great. I'm also reading this book. It's called Unreasonable Hospitality. It's awesome. One of the things that they talk about there, which is true in law, is that, what we do is very service-based. It's also very human-heavy. We are doing things. Humans are the providing the output. And when humans are involved, humans are going to make mistakes. All you can do is say sorry, try to fix the mistake when it happens, and try not to make the mistake a recurring theme. But when they do happen, you just have to bite the bullet and apologize. And again, whatever anybody says from that, you just have to accept what you did, control what you can control, and move on. I had somebody show up to my office today, literally today, asking where their plan was, their estate plan was in the sequence of things. I had made them a promise to have their plan done by a certain date, a specific date, and that date was rapidly approaching. And that's what they wanted to know. And they had sent us some information and it had kind of got lost in the shuffle. Not really by anyone acting improperly. It's just like, the one person that needs something done quickly, they're the person that stuff sort of gets lost, right? Or just lost in the shuffle, because this is like a week is what we're talking about, time difference. And I said, I'm sorry. I know I promised you that. And so far we haven't upheld our end of the bargain. But I said, I'm going to make it right. So we're going to do this. And we made it right. And that's all you can do. She was a little grumpy at first, understandably. But I think as she began to see that we were doing our best to provide her the service we promised, she got a little bit more amenable to what we were doing. And by the end, I think she enjoyed the experience and was thankful and grateful for what we did. Now, was it perfect? No. Was she a little unhappy? Yeah, and probably rightly so. But no matter what her reaction was, I can't control that. If she would have said we suck and we're terrible, I would have just said, I understand how you feel, but we're trying our best. That's how you don't take things personally. Okay? Kind of a long-winded answer. I know I jumped around a bunch, but when you're thinking about these things and dealing with these things, it's really a practice to get better. Find yourself reacting away and catch yourself and ask yourself, what do I have control over right now? Control those things. Let everything else go. Okay? That was it. As always, if you like this video, this podcast, review it, share it, send it to some of the law firm owners. I know you know people that could stand to hear this. And if you want to get the newsletter, lawfirmlaunch.co/newsletter. Just a bunch of cool stuff in there. It's free. and that's it. All right. So, as always, I am Christopher Small. I'm the creator of Law Firm Launch. I'm the owner of CMS Law Firm. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate you, and I will talk to you again soon. See ya.